Good morning. Welcome to the ADB Morning Cafe. Get your cup of mocha down. I little cut my little thing off a little bit, but y'all get it. ADB. Mm, mm, mm. Woo. Let me turn some air on there. That'd be nice. Drinking that hot coffee on a hot day, you gotta have air. Some air. How y'all doing today? What I would love to say is thank you for allowing me to wake up this morning. Thank you, Lord, for a new day. All of you all, I'm sure, have heard about the tragedy that happened. Well, that was reported yesterday. I don't know that it happened yesterday with Malcolm Jamal Warner. Folks, I can't, let's not, I ain't begging, but I am implying, strongly suggesting, I don't know how you want to say it, you got to get life insurance. It's a need for it. Let me explain this to you. When you drive, you have to have car insurance, correct? When you buy a house, you have to have homeowners insurance, correct? You know why you have to have? Because you got to protect the bank. That's why. So people, as human beings, I'm gonna say this. This ain't law, or this ain't the rule or whatever, but you gotta have life insurance to protect your family, which is, in my eyes, my opinion, a bank, all of itself. Now, I don't know the status of Malcolm Jamal Warner. My heart goes out to his family. The guy's about my age. I grew up with the cat on television. He wouldn't know me if I saw him, if he saw me, but I would know him if I saw him. The Cosby Show, Young Kid, that was our drop there, the Cosby Show. So, the importance of having life insurance, the news reports say that he drowned. He wasn't planning on that. He was on vacation with his family. He wasn't planning on that. It's unexpected tragedy, people. Unexpected tragedy, and it happens. It happens to us all. We don't want. Some of us don't like to admit it. Some of us know it and don't want to really, that thing that is there, but you want to act like it don't exist. You know what I'm saying? That uncle that need to be addressed. Let me stop right there. Because I don't want nobody to come and say, man, you nope. I'm gonna stop that right there. But y'all know what I'm talking about. Those things that are there that we need to address, but we won't act like it and we don't see it. Issues with our health that are there, right there in our face. We know it's there. We got the symptoms. And be like, and we keep doing what we know is causing these health issues. Because we want to ignore the fact that it's there. Folks, what I am saying to you is, let's not ignore the fact that unexpected tragedy comes. Now, passing on to glory, sometimes that is expected. Like with my grandmother. She was 96 years old, and she was in her right mind, and moved around on her own power. I moved her in with me because I did not want her to live alone. Me and my uncle, we didn't want her to live alone. She was fine living with somebody. She was cool. But there was the expectations, like, okay, grandma, you up there. Not saying that we was hoping and wishing on her, but we know it's coming. Everybody, let me tell you about a bona fide fact. 100% of the human beings living on Earth are gonna die. Write that down, because I'm betting some people really, 100% of human beings living on Earth are going to, at some point in time, are going to die. So why not prepare for it? Why not put something in place so that when you die, your kids will be taken care of, your wife be taken care of, your family be taken care of. That's what you should be doing. Again, I don't know Malcolm Jamal Warner's status. I don't know, what happened, or I don't know his financial status at the time. I don't know. I just don't know. What I do know is it is my responsibility as a licensed professional, a licensed life insurance agent, just to spread the word. I'm on a mission. My goal is to change the ratios by at least 1%. And we touched on this yesterday. That's almost about 103,000 people that need to be touched by me alone. Because 103 million people in the United States don't have life insurance. Half of the population of the United States. And don't quote me on my numbers, if my numbers are a little bit off. But I tell you one thing, 46% of the people in the United States don't have life insurance. That's source and bank rate statistics. Know why the difference is that you don't have to have life insurance, but you have to have car insurance, you have to have homeowners insurance. It's because of the bank. The bank says we're not gonna lose no money because you don't understand things in life. We understand money, we understand how it works, and we understand it's called revenue, finances, the economics of society. Way back once upon a time, the economics of society was produce and livestock, and it was strictly that. Then we developed into crafts, making artifacts and stuff. Then that became part of the value, the economic trade. Then wisdom and education and medicine came into play. I went all the way back to biblical times, Cain and Abel times. Come on with me. Now I'm laying it down for you to try to help you get that understanding of where we're going with this thing. Money is important. Economic value is important. If you care about your family, it's important for you to sustain a financial status. Now, if you're smart about it, you should want that financial status to grow. Who out there, by show of hands or show of buttons or whatever, how many of you want to stay the same? And I shouldn't see nothing scroll past this screen. All of us out here that are alive today, living and got a job, gainfully employed, going out here doing things. I don't care if you're volunteering, if you're retired and you volunteering, I don't care. But you want to grow. If you get out your bed in the morning and you go do something, you want to grow. I don't care who you are. My opinion, anybody that doesn't want to grow simply wakes up and doesn't do anything, just sit there. Don't even be concerned about how they gonna eat. May not be in their right mind either. To say that much. But to those of us that go to work, that have children that we're raising, that have grandchildren that we're nurturing, we have a duty and a responsibility to see to the well-being and the future of that individual in which we are raising and nurturing. My number is 844-726-2332. And I would love to hear from you. I would love to educate you. I would love to show you how money works. I am the solution expert. That's my handle, the solution expert. I know some people like to call themselves a financial advisor. Some people like to say I'm the financial expert. You get all kinds of names, but when you're dealing with somebody that's down to earth and that's how can I say this, genuine, authentic, well, now then you get names like Mo Money Mo or Miss Petty Cash, or the I try to, oh my God, the everybody's coach, so names like that. That was on my partners. Superstar Takesha Cobb, you know what I'm saying? Superstar, because it's not about, it's about knowing. It's about knowing you and you knowing us, and knowing that we're going to take good care of you because we're number one, licensed professionals. Number two, we're insured, fully insured, and number three, we're well educated, and number four, we work together. It's a village. We help. We're on a mission, and I love my partners. I love them, and I appreciate them, and they know that they know that. It's any point in time my phone can ring. Hey Tony, I had a partner call me last week and say, ask me, was I licensed in Arizona? And my response is, I will be. So, okay, well, I got this client, give me his information. We need to help him. Give me the information. And as I'm plugging in his information into the green sheet, I'm simultaneously applying for my Arizona license. Now I'm licensed in Arizona, folks. Licensed in Arizona, Texas, Virginia, Maryland, North Carolina, Connecticut, New York, Ohio, California. There's one. Whoa. There's one more too. I'm licensed in 10 places. But y'all get the point, right? Doesn't matter who you are or where you are. I will help you. I will get licensed where you are if I'm not already. Continental United States, Puerto Rico, Canada. I can do business in all places. But let's bring it on in. Let's rein it in. Let's get realistic. We're in Virginia. You know what I'm saying? And some of y'all here locally that I can actually get to in about 5, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Why aren't you calling? Why aren't you picking? If you got life insurance on your job, that's good, but it's not yours. You need to get your own life insurance. I was talking to a young lady. We had their event gala Sunday. Y'all, my God, that was off the chain. It was nice. And I'm gonna be talking about that for a while, probably the rest of the year. So get used to it. That's how good it was. you know. Um, and she was saying she's a retired teacher, and she lost her life insurance because of retirement. I'm like, wow. And it brought back to my remembrance of one of my aunts retired, and her 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 premium went up and the death benefit went down every year that she lived after retirement. She kept her insurance. I was like, what kind of fragile is that? But it tells you and shows you that this so-called uh, employment place that you work for, what they really, really think about you. You understand? It shows you what they really think about it. If they really cared about you, that insurance that you paid for you worked 25, 30 years for them, that insurance that you paid for should have been paid up. You should be covered for the rest of your life if that employer really cared about you. I help small businesses get insurance for their employees, and we can do it too with group insurance or key person insurance. Where you could factor in some bonuses in that in policy. That's a whole different. Oh shucks, I forgot to get gas, y'all. That's a whole different morning cafe, and 'cause that's gonna take a whole day to take care of that. But get your own life insurance. It's important, folks, that you get your own, because now you're in control of your future, your finances, your destiny, instead of allowing someone else to dictate the terms of your future, your destiny. I knew. Forgive me, y'all. I knew I was doing something. I was I had so much to do this morning as opposed, and yesterday morning I had so much to do. And if you know how you get that feeling, say, I know it's something else I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm looking at, I'm like, I got to go and all this and that and the third. But hey, I bet I stop somewhere and get some fuel before I try to make it home. Yeah, definitely. Thank you for the warning to the alert. And those of you that have life insurance, let's do your annual checkup. I know some of y'all sitting there saying, annual checkup. Yes, annual checkup. Yes. What is your policy doing? Is it growing like you expected it to grow? Is it going to lapse? You know, these are the things that are important. These are the things that are important. These are the things that you should know. These are the things that you should understand. I'm never too busy to assist you because I have a team of partners and I have a team of licensed agents. I just partnered with one of my associates, and he's taking on all of the. If you call my number, you're Spanish, Espanol. If you speak Espanol only, listen. I'm gonna place you with him, and he's gonna speak Espanol. 844-726-2332. I don't know how to say it in Spanish. That's why I partnered with him, Spanish speaking person. See, it's about not leaving anyone behind. And as we go on, I'm gonna have a Chinese speaking associate. I'm gonna have a French speaking associate. Parlez-vous français? I'm gonna have every person in place that's going, so we can help families get across the finish line, so that you'll have the protection that you need. You'll have the coverage that you need. Your finances are now growing like you're doing each and every day. You're going out here each and every day and growing, so now your finances is going to do the same. And I can't say God forbid, but now you're prepared for unexpected tragedy like that happened to Malcolm Jamal Warner. Now you're prepared. Now when some unexpected tragedy happens, those that are depending on you to provide for them will be provided for. You have already established the answer to that situation. Can you prevent it from happening? No. But you can provide the answer to when it happens. So let me say it this way. If in your neighborhood people are breaking in houses, can you prevent that from happening? No. But you can put a deterrent up, like security lights, cameras, alarm system on your property. Does that stop someone from trying to break in? No, it doesn't. But it sure is a great deterrent. It's the answer to people trying to break in. Correct? Am I correct? Cool. Thank you, my love. She made the creamer last night, y'all. Oh my God. Delicious. Yes. Delicious. I just want to say thank y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. This is the highlight of my day right here. I know we've been not present, but that's due to the fact that vacation, it's summertime, things hopping, all family doing this, that, and the third, and I've never forgotten. You never will. I'll always return. At some point in time, this is going to be an established show, and more than likely we'll be broadcasting from YouTube more or less than Facebook. But for now, we'll do periodically Facebook, and we'll get once we get production and everything up and running, we'll be doing it. It's going to be a live podcast each and every day, Monday through Friday. We're on a mission. We got to change the world, folks. We got to get you protected. And it's not about nothing but helping people. Period. That's what it's all about, helping families. When I lay down and go on to glory, I want to stand before God and he said, well done, my son. You did it. You did what I placed in you to do. You know, help families, help them with protection, help them grow, help them mature financially, help them expand financially. Some of y'all gonna get it. Some of y'all gonna get it just like that. Some of y'all gonna get it down the line. Some of y'all gonna say, and that's cool. Everybody has the freedom of choice and the freedom, free will. But to those of you that hear my voice, simply call a number. Just call a number, set an appointment, call to talk, and let's go over some information. Let's set an appointment. Let's set some time. We do it via Zoom. So it's not like an appointment. It's like you got to drive, you know, a long distance or something. Take you. No, you set an appointment. It's a Zoom. It's a Zoom meeting. That cell phone that's in your hand is always up to your face, always playing games on it. Some of these games that's coming out and everything, everybody playing it. You say you don't even need Wi-Fi to play the game. You don't even need Wi-Fi for this. This is a Zoom meeting. It goes right over your telephone connect. Same thing. Bang. You hit the button. Boom. You can see me. I can see you. And we can talk. And we can go over some information. Because you might not, it just might be that one piece of information that you're missing that brings the understanding and knowledge down upon you to the point in which you say, whoa, I need to make a decision. I need to do something. I need to do exactly what he's saying in order to protect. I'm a homeowner. I got a home. I got homeowners insurance, but I don't have insurance over my life that pays this mortgage off if something happens to me. So my family doesn't have to move. You see, we can't just think about the bank. We got to think about our bank, our family, our children, our cousins, our mothers and fathers, daughters and sons, brothers and sisters. Hell, our community, our church. You may not have no children or relatives, but you're an avid churchgoer. Then make your church your beneficiary so that your church can pay the mortgage and not disappear. The church that's in your community, helping your community, feeding and the sick and shut in and taking care of the elderly when they, somebody going by, making sure they got everything they need and everything up, getting up and making it to the bathroom and stuff like that. You may have people like that in your life, or you may need it for yourself. There are living benefits inside life insurance policies. To the point where I got to go to a nursing home. Okay, here's a check every month from your life insurance policy. That's going to pay for that. Did you know? Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. But I can tell you one thing. I bet you call this number 844-726-2332. I guarantee you're going to find out some more information and things you didn't know about life insurance. It's going to change your whole perspective. You're going to, and I'm not one to just say stuff. I show you. That's one thing. I've had so many people come to me and say, well, somebody else said this. I said, well, what are they saying? I said, did they show you? Other people can say anything. I could say anything. I get the illustrations and I show you where it's written. There's a contract, folks. A written contract. See, some people don't understand the value of a contract. A contract, once you sign it, is binding legally. No, it says what you're going to get. It says what the company's going to do in case of. I could sit here and say stuff all day long, but when I show it to you, written down on paper, I hope you can understand it then. I hope you can understand it then. Mm. Way to go, Breedle. Yes. My partner just shot me a text. I see she's got one recruit. Praise God. Congratulations. Let's give a big shout out to Miss Breeder. Yes. She's got recruited a partner to the business. See, that's what it's about, people. Now we got another person that we're going to train and help get, well, if they're not already licensed, but we're still going to train them to go out and help families. You know, that's what it's about. That's what it's about. We're about helping people. You know, and I do this because this is like my serenity. This is my moment. You know what I'm saying? To reach out and touch, you know, as many people as I can touch. You know, to let you know what I'm doing. How else would you know how that would look if you passed away and people ask me to come to your funeral and I come to your funeral and I'm sitting around and they say, Tony Burke, don't you do life insurance? Yeah. Why you ain't give my mom some life insurance or my dad? Do you know how small I would feel? I would feel like I failed your family. I would. I'd feel terrible. I would feel horrible. So, to all of you that are looking right now, do you have life insurance? Let me say that one more time. To all of you that are watching right now, and they're going to see this later on, I want to ask you, do you have life insurance? Now, if the answer is yes, I want you to call 844-726-2332. If the answer is no, I want you to call 844-726-2332. Now, if the answer is yes, I want to do an annual checkup with you to take a look at what you have. And it doesn't cost you anything. I just want to get with you, take a look at what you got, and I can say, boom, you're in great shape. Keep going, keep paying that, keep that. Do not miss your payments. Don't mess that up. Or I would tell you, hey, take a look at this. You know, look at those numbers. You see that why your policy is decreasing, that means it's going to lapse maybe in 5 to 10 years. You want to restructure that so that it lasts for the rest of your life. You don't want to get in your 80s and 90s and have to have life insurance. It doesn't work. There's none out there for you at that point. Okay, so we need to, before you get to your 50s, your 60s and 70s, we want to make sure that it's going to age 120. And I get it all the time. Who's going to live to age 120? It doesn't matter. The point is your policy is going to age 1. You know what I'm saying? That means you don't never have to worry about your policy lapsing if it's going to age 120. Correct? All right. That's what it means. It means for the rest of your life. We're picking a number so that you understand that. That's what it is. Anyway, enough said for today. Peace. Love y'all. Have a blessed day and have it on purpose.